for Flabonga Monthrothacube. With Dale and Tony breaking all the rules. Talking tech, biz, and straight up chaos. Quick fire guests, oh yeah, we slay those.
Good afternoon, my name is Dale Rodriguez and this is Flabonga Monthrothacube. With me today I've got my exceptional co-host,
Tony Stevenson.
and we've got our fantastic guest.
Hi, I'm Mehul Dave.
Thank you, Mehul. Appreciate
And an ICB qualified and licensed bookkeeper providing bookkeeping. Those who don't know me, so I provide bookkeeping, payroll, VAT returns, and management accounts and corporation tax services to small and medium-sized customers, clients.
Before we delve into all things Mehul, I'm going to do a quick word from our sponsor. So our sponsors of this show are Nomad Flow. They're the ones that keep the lights on and do the awesome editing. If you don't know, Nomad Flow are a company that help with the activation gap between fintech suppliers / vendors and accounting firms. If you are a vendor and you have the next best fintech app since sliced bread, but for some reason people are buying it and not quite using it as much as you'd hoped, talk to Nomad Flow. If you are the owner or an employee of an accounting firm, and for some reason you've got, again, this amazing fintech app and people aren't using it as much as they should do, talk to Nomad Flow. They'll help you do the psychology behind the activation gap and get people actually using this product or service that can save you guys time, money, and enhance your client experience. Again, that's Nomad Flow. They don't technically pay me to say this, but they do sponsor the show. I think that was a pretty good promo. Like, I'm getting better at this, right? Yeah,
I think that's pretty solid, man. Yeah,
that was pretty decent. Mehul, this is about you. It's not about Nomad Flow, as much as we love them. So you're an ICB bookkeeper. I have two questions already in the chamber. One of them's really easy, and the other one's a bit more difficult. First one is, what does ICB stand for?
It is the Institute of Certified Bookkeepers, which is the only institute for bookkeepers, and they are really great for whoever is looking for any bookkeeping qualification and jump into the profession.
Did they pay you to say that, or did you say that because you like to say that?
Because I always like to say something good about the community and institute I belong to. So, and just pure my feelings.
No, cool. I get it. Second question. You mentioned management accounts. Can you explain to the layman like me what management accounts are? Because I feel like sometimes they mean different things to different people.
Yeah, management accounts are basically prepared for inside management to have a look about future planning and also to see the profitability of the company, where the company stands. But management accounts mainly shared with the internal management of the companies, whereas financial statements, audited financial statements, are shared with the outside stakeholders as well. But management accounts purely for inside management to see.
Okay, which is better, management accounts or tax accounts?
For internal purpose, both, I would say.
Good diplomatic answer. Very good.
Yeah, because tax accounts to plan the tax.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
We've got Kirsty St. John in the comments. She actually commented before we went live. I didn't know we could do that. So Kirsty, hello. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Kirsty.
We also have LinkedIn user Love Mehul Dave. I wonder who that is. LinkedIn user, for some reason we can't see who you are. If you wouldn't mind just letting us know your name, that would be lovely. Please and thank you.
I went to go and look, and then I realized if I click onto the link while we're talking, it will then replay what we're talking back through the talking. And then I was like, I'm not sure I want to go down that kind of disappearing table mirror.
That would be disgustingly meta, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, wouldn't it just? Wouldn't it just?
I'd enjoy it. Mehul, you're vegetarian, right?
Yes, I am.
Right. If you could if you could eat one vegetable for the rest of your life, forsaking all other vegetables, which vegetable are you choosing?
I would love cabbage or cauliflower.
You can only have one.
I'm afraid you can only have one. That is the rules of the game.
There can be only one, like the Highlander.
Only one. Okay, I would love cabbage.
Cabbage.
Yeah, because yeah.
What kind of cabbage are we talking? We're talking like a greeny, whitey cabbage, a purpley red cabbage. Are there any other types of cabbage? I don't know.
Green cabbage. I would say green cabbage.
Oh, also our LinkedIn user / commenter is the Richard Sargent.
Multiple guest friend of the show, just like everyone that's ever been on FM, right? Friend of the show.
And again, what I love about the show is when we have people on, we learn about obviously their work, what they do, and I ask them the layman questions. But we learn things about their personality. Like I didn't know Richard was a Who's sumo wrestling fan until he came on this show, and he just didn't know that. Like it's a very I think in our country quite an obscure hobby, but respect. So speaking of obscure hobbies, Mehul, do you have any obscure hobbies? Or no, what are your hobbies, and we'll deem if they're obscure or not.
I do. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Richard, for your comment. It's so lovely comment, and I really appreciate you for that. On my hobby side, I would say I love to travel.
Yeah.
Different places. Recently been to Germany 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
3 weeks ago, when the first heat wave came.
Mm-hmm. Where in Germany did you go? Sorry.
I went to Frankfurt, and from Frankfurt there was a little small town 3 hours away from Frankfurt. We traveled by train to get to that place for about 3 hours. But
let me guess, only cost you like €10 because trains in Germany and Europe are way cheaper than they are in the UK. It's ridiculous. It's not fair.
Yeah, we spent about €63 per person because me, my wife, and daughter went. So €63 for all week. We stayed there 1 week and unlimited travel to
That's crazy.
By train and buses.
That is crazy.
So with a rail card, for me to go from where I live in Kent to London, which is a 38-minute train, with a rail card, by the way, is £76 return. Each
so
trip.
Expensive.
each trip. Without the rail card, it's £90.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane. Tony, you're a traveling kind of person. Have you been to Germany?
I have been to Germany, yeah. I've been to Germany. So I'm trying to think if I've been more than once, actually. So the main trip that I went to Germany, I'm trying to think if I ducked in there for a day or two, was to visit Oktoberfest, which was an experience I shall never forget. It was for anyone that likes partying and drinking beer and standing in a large tent and getting sore feet for several days. It is truly when we were on the way there, so it was a stag do, right? And there was a bunch of guys that had been before, and then a bunch of guys that hadn't. And I was in the hadn't been before camp, and we were kind of on the way. Like we were already in Germany, sort of walking to the where we needed to get to. And I was chatting to one of the guys, and I was like, just so I can get this clear. We have travelled to Germany to sleep in a shipping container in a field. And we are going to go for 3 days, and each of those days we are going to go into one large tent and drink one type of beer, because they only serve 6 different beers at Oktoberfest, and they only serve one in each tent. Like each tent has a contract with one of the beers. And they're like, yeah, that's what we're going to do. I was like, so we're going to go and stand in a tent and drink one type of beer for a full day. And we're going to do the same thing again the next day and the same thing again the next day. They're like, yeah. I was like, could we not have done that in the UK? Like, could we have not replicated something similar with perhaps a bit more variety in it in the UK? And they all just said to me, it was like, nah, you just kind of got to see it for yourself. You'll understand as soon as you walk through the door of the tent, you will understand why we've come all the way over here. And it wasn't what I was expecting, because I was expecting Oktoberfest to be sort of like lots of little kind of pop-up tents in and around Munich, and like, you know, different bars getting taken over by and all that sort of stuff. No, it's like a car park with all the tents in one car park, and they're massive tents, and like the efficiency of the serving is all kind of like, you know, just it is. I walked through the first door the first day, and like I was just like, yeah, I get why we've come here now. It's just the atmosphere, the singing, the like, just absolutely. I've never forgotten it. It's always been on my list to go back. I really wanted to go for my stag do, but it didn't work out. Years timing. So yes, I have been to Germany, and I very much enjoyed it. Although I didn't see a great deal of Germany. I just saw the inside of a tent and the inside of a shipping container and a tube for 3 days.
How many of you were in a single shipping container?
So I think there was 4 in each one. It was like just 2 bunk beds inside a shipping container, and that was like the cheapest way of staying out there, short of camping, which we weren't willing to do. So,
Mehul, of all the places you
of which you would fully concur, Dale, given your absolute hatred of camping.
Yep, load it. Mehul, of all the places you've been, because you know we talk about food a lot on this show, where has done the best vegetarian food? Who's got the most flavors? Who's got the most seasonings? Where should I go as a staunch carnivore to go taste some vegetables?
Well, if I speak locally in London, I went to a few restaurants, but the specialty, if you are loving South Indian food, there is one restaurant known as Sarvana Bhavan, which is having many branches where you can see mainly South Indian dishes, which are made of mainly rice flour and lentils you can have with curry and all this. And another one is Paratha Lounge, where you can find different varieties of parathas.
Do you know what's really bad? When you said that, Mehul, I thought it was a joke that was made in The Simpsons. Yeah, actually, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to go to the comments. Sam Green, can we address that Oktoberfest is mainly in September? Sam, I read your comment. I believe by reading your comment, it has been addressed. If I'm mistaken, then please someone correct me. But I think by reading that, the situation has been addressed.
I think so.
You know what?
You
know what, Sam? If it bugs you, is Angela Merkel still in charge of Germany? Like, send her an email. Or just have a word, like Angela. Sorry, we say Angela. Sort it out, love. Yeah. Sorry, Mehul, I interrupted you for the
no. Sorry, what was your question? You said,
where does the tastiest vegetarian food? So you mentioned a place in the UK. Which country does the best vegetarian food? Where am I going to get vegetables?
If you need really specially authentic Gujarati food, Gujarat in India is the best place to have vegetarian food.
Oh, wait, is that where you're from?
Where I'm from. Yeah.
Fair enough. Respect the home field advantage. I get it. See, because I would say that about Jamaican food. Jamaican jerk chicken, S tier.
You do know that jerk chicken's not a vegetable, though, mate.
No, I'm talking about enjoying food that where you're from, like you.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, the problem with I have vegetarian food is when I cook it. Obviously, I'm not cooking for vegetarians, so I will usually cook it in like bacon fat or beef fat. Or like I'll mix in some chorizo, forgetting that to make it tastier. So it's not helpful. Or like again, one of the favorite things discovered. I haven't used it until very much recently is fish sauce, which is a delicious sauce, but again not vegetarian because it's fish juice.
And if you are looking for best street food, I would say a couple of cities in Gujarat. They are very famous. One is the city I lived in, which is Ahmedabad, which is, financial capital of Gujarat state. And another mega city, which is known as Surat, which is the hub for diamond traders.
Oh, no.
There you find lovely, authentic Gujarati food. Even street food would be better.
Yeah, street food I visited India for a couple of weeks, and the food was just absolutely amazing. And what struck me was like the passion with which the people who provide the food speak about the food. We stayed in this one hotel, and they had this speciality in the hotel, which was like a hard-boiled egg curry. And the guy who ran the hotel sort of like came down specifically when we were having like our food to like basically sales pitch us like this particular curry that had these hard-boiled eggs in that they'd got in the buffet because it was their speciality. And he was so passionate about this hard-boiled egg curry. It's always stayed with me because he was a guy who owned the hotel, and they were like, you must have come for this curry. And we were like, well, actually, we booked a trip and this is the hotel that we're staying in, so we weren't aware of the curry. And he was like, amazing. And like, he got so passionate about it. And we tried it, and like, it was okay. Like it wasn't probably what I've never recreated it, put it that way. But he was so passionate about how amazing this curry was. And like I said, it was okay. It was nice, but yeah, like the passion stayed with me so much longer than the actual dish did. But I would say I've never forgotten it, but I've also never recreated it either. So
Mehul, just thinking, you've been a fan of the show for a while, so presumably you know all of our tricky little questions, right? They're not going to catch you up by surprise. So have you prepared for these already? Should we just
No,
fire
I
them?
haven't prepared anything.
So if I were to ask you which fictional character would you punch in the face and get away with it, who would you punch? Who are you punching, Mehul?
Well, that is very far away for me to punch anyone.
Let's get you
But
closer. Hold on, zoom in. There we go.
I would select probably. It is very hard to reply for me to this answer.
You don't have to answer, by the way. Any questions we ask you. This isn't a court of law. You're not sworn in.
no.
You could just be like, I don't want to answer, Dale. I don't feel comfortable doing so.
you do run the risk of Dale like removing you from the stage, though, because he does do that sometimes when he's feeling like powerful.
Mischievous.
Yeah.
Powerful,
So,
mischievous.
no, but I would. It's very hard for me to say anything about it, so I would better not answer. Yeah.
Okay, don't answer. That's fine. That's fine. I've got a list of fictional characters I want to punch.
To be honest with you, Mel, I really respect that because so few people decline to answer our ridiculous questions. And for me, the one that always gets me is, which one is your favourite child? More people answer immediately with a favourite child
than they should.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil's my best. Neil's the guy who answered the name of the child. He named said child. I was like, all right, steady on. Internet's forever.
But
Florentina's second best because she said it and forgot that internet's forever. That was great.
Yeah. I think because we make people feel so comfortable, Dale, on this chat, they forget that they're actually broadcasting live and we just have this nice conversation. Yeah.
We've gotten pretty good at this. I mean, do you know what's interesting? When we zoomed in, because I know Tony and I are of a similar caliber, we both looked at ourselves because we're just that freaking vain. Now, we are good-looking guys, but we both looked at ourselves. You looked. I saw you look at you, and I know I looked at me. Am I right? Oh, sorry, Indie Tatler. Punjab vegetarian food for the win. Sorry, Mehul. I mean,
yeah.
Are we starting Indian beef here? Like, what's
no beef. No beef.
Indie is right because Punjabi food is also great, but
is it better than Gujarati food?
In some of the cases, yes. Especially some of the stuff which is made by paneer, but I don't like paneer, which is kind of cottage cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I eat Punjabi food less than I do eat Gujarati.
Okay. You may have already answered this with what you just said, but is there a particular, and I say Indian food, there's so many different types, but is there a particular famous Indian food that you think is overhyped? Is it paneer? Do you think that's the one that everyone likes but you don't like?
I hardly eat paneer, yes. So I basically don't like paneer.
It's wild how different, at least to my taste buds, paneer tastes between when you've cooked it and when you haven't. So like when you get out of the packet and you sneak a little bit of cheese, like you have to when you're dealing with cheese. The uncooked like paneer is like just kind of quite plain, and then when you cook it, it transforms into something like very, very different. I found, at least anyway, which always surprised me. Like the disparity between the uncooked and cooked state is big.
I realise we're 20 minutes in and we've not asked Mehul any any business questions. Richard's back in the comments. Incredible culinary insights here. Thank you, Richard. But I realized like we should probably ask him some businessy stuff. So Mehul, what is the one thing you wish that non-bookkeepers knew about bookkeeping? Like the one kind of, guys, stop doing this, please. Just do this. If you understood this, just what is that one thing? Now's your time to shine.
I would say non bookkeepers or the business owners to focus on their finances as well, because they are the most important things to
Yeah, but
survive.
you would say that you're a finance guy. The sales
Yeah.
guys like now focus on sales. Like, okay, wait. What part of the finance? Like we know. Wait, most business owners understand profit and loss. Great,
Yeah.
they know their finance. But what part of the finances do you think they keep tripping up over? What should they?
Cash flow is the
Cash
most
flow.
important, because if you don't know your ins and outs, you would not have any control over your business, even if you are making money. But if you don't know your outs, then no point taking just the revenue and don't pay attention what is coming in. The business might have something which they might not have got from their customer as well. So they may see the money coming into bank account, but actually everything comes into light when your bookkeeping is perfect, your bank reconciliation is perfect, you see your outstanding invoices to pay, you see your outstanding money to come in, and that's how the business can survive. And for your future expenses also, cash flow is important. You would never know what is your immediate liability or contingent liability, fines, penalties if you miss the deadlines.
Okay. I think you kind of answered this already, but I'd ask you to dumb it down and summarize it. Could you explain again to the layman? That's me. What is cash flow? How could you summarize it in 20 seconds? What is cash flow? What is it? Is it money in versus money out? That's not quite right. There's got to be more to it than just that.
No, it shows your profitability as well. If you are, I maintain weekly cash flow for my management roles. So I see, okay, I deal with bank accounts. So I see, okay, this is the invoices I've issued, but for long period of time I haven't received. I keep moving the revenue to receive, but I haven't. So that way I will keep moving my incoming money, and against that I have to pay the bills, and taking the actual balances of the week of start week, I'll compare them with each other. Okay, I've paid this much money to the suppliers but haven't received any money, so I will chase them up as well. It will bring me to the balance. If I chase up my customers for about 2 weeks and still not receiving money, then I have to be hard on them.
I had no idea bookkeepers were so gangster. All I'm hearing you saying is you call people that say, "Where's my money?" No, is that what's happening right now? Is that Mehul being gangster? No.
Could be because I regularly follow up my customers who are the investors, basically, because I work in asset management company and looking after everything like income, expenses, issuing invoices to the airline companies.
That's interesting. Sorry, asset management. Okay, that's another interesting. Again, for the layman, what is asset management? What assets are we managing, man?
We are aviation leasing and finance company. So we manage the aircraft on behalf of the investors. We are having about 35 aircraft on management. All of them are commercial aircraft, like from British Airways, Emirates, Air India, and so on, many aircraft. So about 35 plus aircraft. So what I have to do, I have to issue them rent invoices first of every month. to all airline companies so they can pay all their installments which are due on certain dates every month, always in advance. Then we manage their maintenance and everything. Their records we have to put on the system which is specifically designed for the aircraft management. All records and technical aspects and put them on the system. I generate all rent invoices to airline companies through that system only. It's automatically. I just have to put the due dates and starting of the rent period every month. And then I have to also raise our management fee invoices to the investors because we are providing them the services.
Yep. I didn't know that airlines rented airplanes, to be honest. I didn't know that. I just assumed that BA, Ryanair, and all those are just like airplanes. But no, they rented.
Until I joined this company about 7 years ago, just before COVID hit, I joined this company. And then only I realized that aircraft, they are not owned by the airline companies. They are always on leasing. So I found out there are operating lease, there are finance lease as well. So Emirates, most of the aircraft are on finance lease because at the end of the tenure, they can own the asset. But other aircraft are mainly on operating lease. They can renew or the investors can sell the aircraft to another interested investors. So it's up to the investors.
Tony's got something to say. I can see it. It's bubbling.
So does that mean that you get good value for money air travel by being involved with this
No,
company?
I'm not.
You should push for that, man. Like, surely that's got to be a perk.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, I don't have to do business travel or anything. If I have to, I would get that sort of facility from management.
Going back a step, Indy Tatler in the comments, I don't like paneer. So we've got two people who don't like paneer. For people still watching, still with us, still commenting, what is your favorite cheese? I have a funny cheese related story with my daughter the other day. So basically, I let her eat what I eat. So she's got very interesting tastes. The other day, I made a cheese on crackers, and it was just, a basic cheddar with some Jacob's cream crackers. And she went, "Daddy, this isn't as good as manchego. Do we have any manchego?" And I was like, "You snob, go eat your regular cheddar."
This is a manchego.
Yeah, this is a manchego. I'm like, kid, I can't be affording manchego all the time. This is expensive cheese. So, for the common people, what cheeses are we doing? Are we halloumi? Are we manchego? Oh, there you go. Kirsty's in on it. Halloumi or cheddar daily. Halloumi, the king of cheeses. It's the only cheese I think you can cook on a barbecue and it survives. Do you know what I mean?
I've got one I'll send to you. This guy I've started following, and he makes this halloumi, and I've just had it on loop in my head ever since I saw this video of cooks it slightly differently, and it just looks absolutely amazing. He was like, people cut it way too thin when they put it on the barbecue, so it sort of dries out before it's cooked, whereas he just gets a chunk, gets the block, cuts it into four, and then he cooks it on the barbecue, and then he covers it in honey and lemon and another bit, and I'll send it to you. It looks so good.
I was with you until it said honey, but sure, that does sound good. Mehul, so you don't like paneer. Do you have a favorite cheese? Are you a cheese person in general?
Yeah, yes, I like cheese. Mainly we eat cathedral mature cheddar.
Oh, you like the mature cheddar? I like mature cheddar. I like it. I like mature cheddar that's so mature that it kind of makes your mouth itch a little bit. You know what I mean? When it's got those salt crystals in them as well, like the MSG, kind of crumbly bits.
Yeah. So
I've got a question for Mehul. It's a bit of a segue. So, Mehul, I think you're building yourself a little kind of reputation's not the right word. A little place in our world where you put out this lovely post, kind of what feels like once a week, maybe, just sort of putting your gratitude out into our space for the various people that you've interacted with. And both Dale and I are very touched by the fact that FM's featured in there a number of times. So thank you for doing that, firstly. And I think it's a really nice sort of juxtaposition to the constant whinging about AI and all the other kind of like perhaps not quite as positive stuff in our world. So I think it's a really nice thing to do. My question to you on that is like, you're clearly a very grateful guy, which is a really good place to be. But on the flip side of that, what do you struggle with in our world? What challenges your patience in the accounting, bookkeeping, technology space?
Thank you very much for your nice words about Friday.
If your nice words,
mate. Again, the challenges I am facing is to get the clients, pricing. Okay. Yeah, these two are the main challenges. I'm trying to do whatever best marketing I'm doing. So, but okay. I get inquiries. I'm not complaining about that. But only thing is, when it comes to pricing, the first thing before anything we go ahead, especially I go ahead with pricing, they straight away come with the inquiry. Okay, someone is looking for these particular services. First question would be, how much would charge us as your fee? Then my return email to them would be what sort of services they are looking for, how many bank lines or how many invoices, and all these usual questions we need to ask in order to fix the price. Say, for example, if startup, I would say X amount. If it is already built up company and in the little advanced stage and with number of invoices and bank lines, I would say another X amount to that stage. And if already grown, I would say that X amount. That is and once I give them pricing, conversation would stop.
Okay.
That is the big challenge. Apart from technology side, I keep like to test any of the software. I try AI as well, like to find, say, for example, if I need some sort of answer, I would try AI as well. But I had the funny things when I tried AI at my workplace, just for curiosity. I did not have trial balance for one of the months. Mm-hmm. So I just tried to import financial statements into ChatGPT or Copilot. I don't remember which platform it was. And when I asked to produce me the trial balance, I had completely different answer. I mean, trial balance was showing.
I believe this.
Yeah, literally, trial balance was showing me about 1.8 million into the suspense account.
Okay.
As a non-accountant, that's my favorite account. I joke. I'm so bad. I used to know all my colleagues at KI. I'd be like, we'll just put it in a suspense account. Someone can deal with it year end. I was like, that's not helpful. I know. I did it on purpose just to be funny.
So I just thought, okay,
descriptions in there, like
suspense.
I thought I would get some nice, decent trial balance, but it gave me ridiculous. Large amount in suspense account, even after detailed profit and loss account and balance sheet.
Mehul, we got a question from.
Before we ask Indy's question, I just want to come back on something that Mehul said, right? So to those inquirers that come to you with essentially like, how much is it going to be, right? So like two things I would say. One, and I'm interested in your thoughts on this, Dale, before we move on to Indy's bear poking, is first thing is like, it might be a good way of weeding out clients that you actually don't want to deal with, because like if they're highly price sensitive clients, then they're not probably the ones that you really want to build your practice around, because they're going to be challenging from the beginning, right? So like in many ways they're serving themselves up as a good red flag for you to perhaps not work with them. I'm interested in Dale's take on this, and also if we could maybe summon James Sundin, because he loves this kind of stuff. Like, could you go back straight to them and just say, tell me what your budget is and I'll tell you what we can do for that budget? And then it puts it back onto them to come up with the number, because it sounds like what's happened is they've come to you with a number in their head, probably because they've gone and seen some real bargain basement like accounts offering or bookkeeping offering on the internet somewhere, and they've got it in their head what they're going to want to pay you. And if they can come back with something sensible, then you can work with that. If they don't, then like they're probably not going to be the right ones for you. Maybe there's some way of weeding them out in the selection process as well. So maybe you could ask them what their budgets are or something, and then you know whether they're the right ones to work with. What are your thoughts?
I do give them that option. If I don't hear after a week of the conversation through email, I would ask them the question about their thoughts, or if they have any budget in plan. Or so then if they are happy, recently I had one inquiry through direct inquiry from ICB directory. So I gave them all responded answers and everything, and again they chose to go to some other bookkeeping service provider. I said okay, fine, but they said okay, they would keep my profile on hand, so if any opportunities come, they might contact me again. So that's nice way of dealing with the inquiries as well. But some of them, they do not come back even after my suggestion. Then I would thinking, okay, it's not my type of client.
Wise man once said to me, sorry, Dale. Wise man once said to me, and this is one of the wisest pieces of advice that I ever received about pricing things, was that if you win all of your quotes, you are too cheap. You should not win all of your quotes. If you win a third, you've probably got your pricing about right? So, and that always stuck with me. So a worse problem to have would be, I've got loads of clients that I don't charge enough money, and now I'm really, really busy. So sorry, I'll stop talking. Dale, any thoughts?
No, I agree with you.
I have nothing to add to what you've said. Yeah, you can go back to them. You can say, what's your actual budget, and this is what you can get for that. I can't add a thing more to that. Sorry. Before we go to India's question, though, I do want to go back a couple of steps. Well, you mentioned technology. Occasionally we talk about this on this show. Don't know why. We do. So of all the bookkeeping softwares, which one's your favorite?
Well, my most favorite is I've used Free Agent as well, Tony, don't worry. But that was for one of the disengaged clients. He moved away.
He removed himself just quickly, because I have a habit,
Yeah.
and I've known to remove people.
Dale,
I didn't do that. No. When it's me, I own it, but that wasn't me. Tony removed himself, people.
It was
Then. Sorry, Mehul, you were saying?
I used Free Agents as well, but the client I disengaged. It was with him because he was purely headache, as he was not my type of client. I dealt with him about 2 years, his VAT returns and all this. He basically was a fruit and veg vendor. And I asked him to provide me everything in advance, like every month, because being a fruit and veg vendor, he had manual sales invoices, handwritten.
Bad times.
Yeah. So it was very hard for me to skip. And he would have about 400 plus invoices per month. So
sorry, 400 plus invoices per month, and almost they're all manual, as in someone had written down, tick and scratch.
Yeah, exactly. So I did. So I did not choose to go with any automation like auto entry or text, because no point me to scan that many invoices, and he would send me all invoices just 3 weeks before the VAT was due.
Sounds like a
So
dream
yeah,
client.
yeah, exactly. I did everything for him. I brought his VAT up to date and everything, but he did not value my services. So I asked him to put my prices up. I suggested the prices. I would go with him. Then he straight away, oh, you would find some cheaper accountant or
Yeah,
keeper,
good
whatever.
luck with that. Good luck with
Yeah,
that.
So, so his final VAT return, because he started doing electronically, all with those portable machines.
that's
Yeah.
wild. Yeah.
So I straight away, because I'm a accredited partner with free agent, so I straight away signed him on that one free agent with the auto entry subscription in order to transfer all the invoices automatically. So I did not have to bother. Then I did not have any other client, monthly clients, who I would put on free agent. I love free agent, to be very frank, and I'm producing my self-assessment text written on free agent itself.
Just to be clear, Free Agent doesn't sponsor the show, nor they paid Mehul or any of us to endorse Free Agent. We're just talking stuff.
So yeah, and apart from that, my favorite software is Sage.
Sage.
think you
Which
were gonna say
flavor
that.
of Sage, or which version of Sage?
50, Sage 50. I mean,
Sage 50.
cloud version. I know it has gone to 200 now, but Sage Cloud is my preferred software.
Is that because you work in a niche sector that requires customized reporting? Because I do know Sage is good for larger businesses sometimes when it's like, Sage Line 200 or Sage X and what kind of stuff. Is that why, or is it just no?
No, it's at my employed workplace. We have very basic software, which is Benchmark, provided by Benchmark. It is desktop version, but we have got company's chartered accountant is using Iris. But for my own thing, I would prefer Sage. However, my all three clients are on Zero because they are subscribing for Zero.
Makes sense. Indy, if you are still with us, thank you for being so patient. We said we'd read your question about 15 minutes ago,
Yeah,
and we haven't. So let's go to Indy's. Tony, would you mind reading this, please? If you don't mind.
Absolutely. No cheese is a good cheese. Just say no. So I'm taking from that Indy's not a cheese fan.
So wait, hold on. So he doesn't drink tea. She doesn't drink coffee. She drinks hot chocolate. She doesn't like cheese. Like,
But we still like her. This is a
yeah. Like, how is she our friend? How are we friends with Indy? Like, sorry.
A question for Mehul. Have you always been so chilled and positive? What makes your blood boil?
Okay. Thank you very much for your question, Indy. Yes, I would say yes, always chilled and kind to stay positive. Don't like to get into the trouble. My blood boils when someone gives me abusive words, because I don't take abusive words, neither I give them back. So I don't like abusive words at all.
Do you mean abusive words towards you, or just foul language around you?
Towards me.
Because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I like to cuss because I think it sounds good.
Because I don't give, so I don't take as well.
Okay.
No, that makes sense.
I like that. Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah, that boils my blood.
Cool. I've never seen Mehul stroppy, not like me, Kirsty St. John. Kirsty, I've never seen you stroppy either. To be honest,
Passionate.
every time I see you, it's lovely times. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should do a silly question. Mehul,
Thank you, Kirsty.
Do you drink tea, coffee, or hot chocolate?
I drink everything.
You drink everything.
But
Okay, well, choose
I will
your
tell you
favorite.
why.
Choose your favorite for
No,
today.
I will tell you why.
Okay.
Because at my workplace, I drink coffee.
Okay.
Because I start my shift early, about 7:30, in order to get home early, because I have flexible timings.
Okay.
Because I do the work I'm given on monthly basis, so timings are flexible. So I drink coffee twice a day when I'm in the office. When I'm at home, working from home once a week, which is Friday, I will have pure Indian tea made with water, milk, more milk, and ginger, made
Okay.
by my wife.
This feels more interesting. We're going down the tea road, right? I'm choosing that we're going down the tea road. So
Agreed.
how does that tea get made? Can you talk us through? So what we normally ask in this question is like, what order does it go in? The tea bag, the water, the milk, the sugar, in and out, right?
Yeah.
But I'm more interested in like this
Okay.
special
The
chart
first
that you're talking
thing,
about here.
the first thing my wife would do, she would put some. We don't use tea bags while making the tea. We would have tea powder uh, available in the jars. We would put, my wife, even I make the tea sometime at home in the evening time. If my wife wants to have a tea, I would make that in the evening. But the process is put tea, water, and boil it onto the gas itself,
Okay.
rather than having boiled water in the kettle. And during that time, we crush the ginger, put in the hot water, which is on the gas, and meantime, while the water is boiling, we will take a jar, little jug, and put some milk in the microwave oven to heat it up. So we don't have to wait for a long time.
Okay.
When tea boils. So after that, put milk into the boiled water, leave it on the gas for about 15-20 minutes, let it be boiled, and then we drink the tea.
Sorry, did you say 15, 20 minutes?
15-20 minutes.
This is
Properly.
possibly the most
Cooling
extravagant tea
Yes.
making process we've ever had on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like you've just blown everyone else completely out of the water. which is
Everyone else
normally
watching and listening,
water, tea bag, water.
yeah, up
milk
your
removed
tea
tea bag.
game, you lazy people. Do the Mehul method. We're slacking when it comes
The
to tea.
Mehul
Okay,
method trademark.
just like
Yeah,
the
sure.
Mehul method. 15 minutes for a decent cuppa. But I don't think we can call it a cuppa. I think it's a cup of tea. You got to say the whole thing.
cup of tea, yes.
Did
not
you
a
know
cuppa.
they used to, on Saturday Morning Kitchen, they used to have an omelette challenge. And
Yes.
do you know the one I mean?
Yeah.
They used to have to make a 3-egg omelette as fast as they could. And there was an episode on where they had Raymond Blanc on, who's famous Michelin starred chef, and owns, I think I'm right in saying the Manoir in Oxfordshire is his restaurant, which I was lucky enough to eat at many years ago, but was absolutely unbelievable. And he went to the omelette challenge and basically just conscientiously objected to the concept that there wasn't a minute and a half in the world to make an omelette properly. So he just ignored the timer and just
made a bag an omelette.
And like, I feel like Mehul's just described like the Raymond Blanc making an omelette version of tea.
Yeah. What's the tagline from Guinness? Good things come to those who wait.
Exactly. I think we should do some quickfire questions. What do you think?
We can try.
Wicked. Right. I'm going to ask you some questions, Mehul.
Yeah.
Just give us your honest answer. Dale's going to mute himself because basically he can't be trusted to not jump into the questions. So if you're ready, I shall start.
Yeah, sure.
Favorite country that you've ever visited?
Favorite country, I would say obviously India, but north part of India is very beautiful. You will you will compare it with Switzerland, if I may say.
Okay.
But I love the city Barcelona, well designed.
Okay. I'm going to remind you of the rules, Mehul. These are quick fire answers, and we need quick fire questions, otherwise we're going to run out of time. What is your favorite food?
For me, rice and lentil curry.
Okay. What is the book that you have recommended the most often?
Well, I haven't read many books, but I would say Ashley Reed's 101 Ideas of LinkedIn Contents.
Ashley Leeds. Okay, cool. Okay, very nice. Good shout out for Ashley. We should have him on if we haven't done before, or again, because he hasn't been on for while I've been doing the show. So, I had another question then. Yeah, this is a segued question, but one specifically for you, Mehul. If you had a spreadsheet, let's say, for example, and you were trying to reconcile that spreadsheet, and you came down to the last little bit, and there was an error of like 25p. Can you let that 25p go and just cast it off into some account somewhere so that's not to be found and sleep at night? Or have you got to find that 25p?
I would try and find 25p.
Of course you would.
No, I've done manual bank reconciliation for about 50 pages with 300 pages of ledgers and 300 pages of bank book back in 90s, late 90s. So
I need to unmute for that. Respect.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'll unmute again, but oh my goodness, back to mute I go.
Yeah. Oh dear. If you could not fail, what one thing would you do? Anything, like complete free reign. You could not fail or die. That's part of failing, isn't it?
Sorry, can you please repeat that question?
Right. So, if you could not fail, what one thing would you have done with your life? What one thing would you do? I'll tell you what mine is. Mine is climb Everest. That is what I would do if I could not fail.
I would continue to pray what I do every month. Even if during the COVID time, only 3 of us, me, my wife, and my daughter did, because we invite others to the prayers as well. But this monthly prayer we do overnight, once a month.
Okay.
So I wouldn't fail there.
Okay. What is your favorite podcast? Apart from FM, obviously.
Ask the Accountant.
Yeah, we've had a few of those. Yeah, they are.
And I know Accountant Success Secret is also great, but it's on individual. Whereas Ask the Accountant gives the highlight of every week.
Okay.
What happened in the industry.
Okay. Who would you like to see us have on the show?
Many choices, but I would love to have Amy Copeland. Another name would be Susanna Velan. I know Kirsty and Catherine had been on the show.
Els desperately wants to unmute. He's done it.
I inadvertently snubbed Amy a couple of months ago. So do you remember that time when we had a guest pull out last minute and Sam came on, Sam Horner?
Yes.
I sent a message to Amy and Sam saying, hey, can you guys come on? Sam answered first. I was like, hey, Sam answers first. And Amy was like, can't believe having Sam. She didn't say that at all. She was really cool about it. But yeah, so I feel like I may have annoyed her by inviting her on and then telling she can't come on.
No, I would. You would know the reason why 3rd June was not possible for her. Because it was, if you know, for 3rd of June, why it wasn't possible for her, because of the big ICB day of raising.
Yeah.
The raising the standard. That's why she might not have probably answered you the first.
No, you're right. Anyway, Do we do one more quick fire question, then wrap things up?
I think we'll wrap there. We'll wrap there.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there. Mehul, do you have one nugget of wisdom or bit of advice you want to leave the listeners/viewers before I hit end stream? It can be work related, it can be personal, it can be philosophical. Whatever you want to say, please say it now.
I would say stay positive, the businesses, and do whatever you can do the best, and leave your finance side on us. Don't stress. That's it, I would say.